Hi everybody! So tomorrow I am finally flying back to Japan. I've been in Canada for a month and it's been a good vacation. But now it's time to go back to work, and so I just want to tell you a bit of the struggles that I dealt with trying to go back to Japan. Recently the Omicron virus has been in the news, so the borders are they keep changing things and everyone's confused. So right now, today is December 9, 2021, and this is what I had to do to go back to Japan. So 1 week ago, I had to schedule my PCR test because I need a negative PCR test and a QR code that will be generated after answering a questionnaire online. Um, so when I called Air Canada, they said those are the only two things I needed to fly back to Japan. But when I checked the Japanese website, they said, oh, okay, so you need a QR code, you need a negative PCR test, and you need to fill in a questionnaire. Not really a questionnaire, it's more like a letter just saying that everything you claim is true and that you'll be responsible for yourself and others, and then you have to sign it, and like it's pretty thick. It's like maybe 6 pages of details that agreements that you have to sign, and then you give it to them at the airport. So I have those three things, and right now no tourists are allowed, but I am a resident and I have a re-entry permit, so I'm not just going back there one way. I bought a two-way ticket coming from Japan around November 10, and then I had to fill in a form that's a re-entry permit. So half of that form is still on my passport, so I can go back to Japan this December 10. So no problem with that. And right now I'm still in Canada, so I'm not sure if the requirements will change. But from what I read in the website, right now there's a 3-day quarantine at the government facility, which they told me on the phone was a hotel, some kind of hotel close to the airport, and then they're gonna send me back to the airport after 3 days, and I need a private vehicle to pick me up and bring me home. Like I can't use a taxi and I can't use the trains, so I asked my husband to rent a car on the day when I need to be picked up, and then he'll get me from there. So far that's what I know. I don't know if there'll be no other problems after this, and I'll just vlog along the way to tell you how my adventure going back to Japan is like. And then after that I will start my daily vlog about my goals. So some of you may know my family is in Canada, and I won't get to see them for another 2 months, and then I'm planning to come back to Japan in February. 2021 has been really hard on me. I went through a lot of medical issues, and I gained a lot of weight because of that. So now that I'm able to emotionally recharge with my family, I feel like I'm ready to work on myself again and my health again. So when I go back to Japan, those 2 months, I'm planning to try out a bunch of different things to work on my health. But here in Canada, I got myself a naturopathic doctor, and she gave me some supplements for my issues, and then I'll tell you how it goes and how I feel after a month or throughout the process of trying um, herbal medicine, and then I'll let you know how it's like finding a good workout for me in Japan, because I'm trying to uh, test a few things that might work for me, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, see you in Japan. Good morning, it's 9:30 a.m. and I'm still at home because the PCR tests aren't out. I ordered it like 2 weeks ago, and I got it 2 days ago, and it was supposed to come out tomorrow morning, and it's still not there yet. And I called them once in the morning yesterday, and oh man, the wait is like 20 minutes each call, And then I called them again in the afternoon at 5. They told me, oh, your result is out. It should be there in 2 to 3 hours. They just haven't printed it yet. And so last night I checked it. It wasn't there. And then I tried to call them again, but they were already closed at 7 p.m. And so I tried again this morning, 7 a.m. And then they, another 20-minute wait. And then they were like, oh, actually your result is out. It's just not in the system. Like, it's not printable yet. It's like, yeah, that's the problem. I need to go in like an hour or 2 hours. And then I don't have my PCR test. I'm like stressing out here. I have 30 minutes. I'm still waiting for the guy to call me back and tell me like it's now downloadable and printable. But he said he'll call back in 5 minutes, 15 minutes ago. So I'm like, okay, I'm just here, I'm just waiting, and freaking out. I'm just gonna bring all my luggages downstairs and get ready to go, and hopefully he'll call me soon so I can make my way to the airport in time. Like, what am I supposed to do? The PCR test is one really important thing that they ask you at the airport, like negative results and the QR code. You have the QR code, but I need a physical copy of the result. I can't just show them like on my phone. That's why I'm waiting to print it out. It's like, if this is the way that they're trying to get me to do things and I did my part, and like they're having like technical difficulties, and if they stop me from flying, that's like, I did what I had to. I did what you told me to. What am I supposed to do now? I'm like so confused. Anyway, we'll see where it goes. I'll update you in a bit. If I get in the airport at all. If I get on my flight today at all. Hey, so I'm reporting from the airport, and I just waited for like more than half an hour at the line to check in, and then they told me that my PCR test is not valid. And I was like, what? Why not? And then they told me there's a specific printout from the Japanese government that has to be signed by the doctor who did the test, and it specifies what kind of test you did and what kind of test they did on the sample. And so they told me like they can't take the PCR test that I tried so hard to get, and now I'm in line for another PCR test, COVID testing thingy here at the airport, and they're charging me $400 something to get it in 20 minutes. And now like I wasted so much time lining up for the check-in, and now I'm in line for another PCR test that's gonna take maybe like another hour, and it's already like my flight is in 2 to 3 hours or less now. Oh man, I'm so stressed. It's just that I had to pay for 2 PCR tests. Both of them costed like $300-400, and now I'm running out of time to get onto my flight. And from what I heard from other people around me is that a flight got canceled yesterday because a lot of people didn't have proper documents or something, and then everyone had to get off the plane and spend the night in Canada. I hope that doesn't happen today, because for them it's going to be their second day being like stalled at the airport. And for me, I thought I got all my shit done last week, and now they said it's not the one we're looking for. And I asked every single time. I went to Life Labs and I got my PCR test. I asked them, is this the one that's good for Japan? I tried to show them the paper. Japan wanted this specific paper, and they said, oh no, we can't sign it, but here's a letter that says that we did it and it should be good. And then I come here and the people at the check-in tell me it's not. So I'm so confused and so stressed, and I have to pay $400 something more for a second test. Like, I just need to go home, man. Finally in front of the line, but it's still taking a really long time. Okay, so I was in the walk-in line for the PCR test here at the hotel, and then there's a long line for the walk-ins. And then when I checked online, they had some slots available for the reservation, and I pretty much skipped a good chunk of people to get my PCR test because I booked it and paid for it online. I think it'll take a little longer if you're just walking in and waiting for them to process you. So I did that, and then when I got in the front desk, they told me, oh, it's another $75 on top of the $475 already to get the Japanese certificate. That's what's needed if you're staying in Japan. So I had to pay an extra $475 and another $75 to get what I needed, and they swapped me, and I'm now waiting outside. They told me to wait for an email in 30 minutes, and then they're gonna give me a printed copy once I get the email. So I'm just waiting outside right now, and hopefully once they give that to me, I'm gonna go back to the check-in and I'll be able to go into the gates. It's getting pretty heated here at the line. Apparently they now require PCR tests even for Americans just crossing the border. So so I'm here, I'm waiting for my printout. They told me we need, oh my gosh, they told me I need a physical copy. So I'm waiting for the printout, and they told that I paid for the 20-minute test, but they said it's so crowded that they can only give it to me like in 30 minutes if I'm lucky. So I'm just waiting out here, and hopefully I get it, and then I have to go line up again for the check-ins, and it should be fine now, I hope. This is like really stressful, but they told me they'll have my test in time for the flight, which is at 1:30, but there's a line in the check-ins, and there's a line in security and maybe customs, and I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten breakfast. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired, but I just gotta wait. You see that over there in the far corner of the airport? That's the line for the other PCR test. It's way longer, and it doesn't matter if you have an appointment or not. You're gonna line up for about an hour or more. Hey, I just got to the gates as soon as they started boarding. It was like at the very end of the airport. What the heck? I had to run here for like 15 minutes, and some of the walkolators were broken. I'm gonna die. I haven't eaten the whole day. Just landed. Now in Japan. Landed in Japan. It's only the people who are staying in Japan who are left in the plane right now, and they told us just to wait a little longer here, and I think they're gonna process our papers and figure out our 3-day quarantine situation where they're gonna bring us. Finally made it to the hotel. It's 11:45 and we landed at 4:30 this afternoon. Just got here. That's actually a really long process. Most of it is just waiting time, because they wanted us to go in batches through everything. Like I don't know if I should begin from the very start. It's a really long story. I'll just try to summarize it. So after the hallway where we waited for like half an hour, we did a saliva test. We just spit in the tube in different cubicles, then we turned in the sample, and then we moved to the next part where they helped us download a bunch of apps that's gonna track our location, also our they're gonna be calling us twice a day. I'm so tired. They're gonna calling us twice a day, and we have to answer it. It's a video call, and there's like face recognition AI. It's not really a person that's gonna talk to you. And then what else did they say? Oh, so they just made sure that all our notifications are on and all the location settings are right, and then we went to the last area. Basically each area they would check all our documents again and again. We had to give them passport, PCR test, a QR code, and then there was a lot of lines, a lot of waiting time. And then when we finally got to the last part where they were giving us they were calling groups of people to go to the shuttle bus that's gonna take us to the hotel, and it just so happens that I was pretty much maybe second to the last group. I was in the second to the last group. Yeah, it's almost midnight. Every time we had to go through something like customs, we were grouped in groups of 30 people, around 30 people. So we had to wait for everyone to be able to get through the customs before we can move on to the next one. And then the next one was like getting all your luggage. Everyone had to make it through custom declarations and stuff. So even if you're fast and you get out of the gates, you just have to line up and wait for everyone else to finish before they can bring you to the next section. And then we got on the bus. The bus was only 10 minutes, and we got to this pretty nice hotel. It's called I'm blanking out. Marode International Hotel. Super close to the airport. And then they told us so today is December 11th, and then on December 14th they're gonna send us back to the airport around 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then from there our private vehicles should pick us up and bring us straight home. And yeah, and then from when they pick us up, we have to quarantine at our own places for 2 more weeks, and they're gonna keep calling us till the whole quarantine phase is over. So anyway, let's take a quick look around the room. It's pretty nice, I must say. It's like really spacious, more spacious than most hotels I've been in Japan. The TV, they gave us free water, and they gave us a bento. Good, because I'm like starving. Yeah, and that's it. It's just the door that says stay in the room, and when they're delivering the meals, don't open the doors. Basically, they told us that they're gonna be leaving the food on the chairs in front of our doors, and then once they're all out there, there's gonna be an announcement that's gonna say, okay, now you can take your food, and you take it in, you eat it, and then when you're done, you put all the trash back inside the same plastic bag and put it under the chair, and then they will pick that up, like trash stuff. It's a bathroom. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, you see? Yeah, pretty much a standard Japanese bathroom. What is this? There's like a black splashy thing on the mirror. Anyway, looks good. Looks like I have everything I need for the next 3 days of quarantine, and they told us no matter what you do, do not leave the room, do not open the room. There's someone guarding us outside, so don't make trouble and stay in this room. I said if we need like new towels or sheets or whatever, then we'll just call the housekeeping, and then they'll also leave it like on the chair. Like, we are not supposed to see anyone for the next 3 days. That's it. I'm just so relieved that I made it to Japan after all the problems with the documents and all the waiting, and like just being worried that I'm missing something. I'm finally here, and I just have to do the quarantine, and then after that I can go back to normal. Well, sort of normal, back to my house at least. Okay, thanks for watching my really long video about this whole process of trying to go back to Japan during a pandemic. It was awful, it was expensive, and like there's a lot of waiting time, but I did it. It's done. I'm here now. More videos about Japan in the future once I'm free. So I just took a quick shower, and the bathroom's not bad. but I think a lot of people are taking showers around this time, so the water kept going hot and cold. Some things I realized that I forgot to bring is a comb, and I have really long hair, and then I tried to use their hairdryer to the max, and it was so weak that my hair is still really wet. And I also forgot to bring a shirt. I knew that I was gonna stay in quarantine for 3 days, but I just forgot to buy. I forgot to bring like a shirt for to sleep in, and when I go out on the 3rd day. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that yet. But I do have an old dress. I don't know if it still fits me. I was just gonna use it for background, but I brought it with me, so I'm gonna try that. And what else? I forgot to buy a nice toothbrush because the toothbrush here is so hard. Also, the shower is the smallest shower I've ever showered in. It was like the showering space is from my shoulder to the other shoulder, and that's it. And I was basically touching the wall with one arm, and the shower curtain was already here, and I was just trying to shower. Oh, I guess I don't know if the neighbors can hear me, but I can definitely hear them. We'll see how it goes for the next 3 days. I'm gonna be released on the 14th, so I don't know. I'm just gonna use the next few days to try and get rid of my jet lag. It's gonna be hard because there is no windows, so you know, I don't know if there's like a, oh, I think that's a window. It looks like a wall, but I need to see the sun. I can't just be here. It's kind of scary. It's just a big square room. So this is dinner. After they checked us in, they just gave us this bento box. It has rice and a burger, I guess, and some tempura and a little egg tart. And they also gave us a bottled water. So it is good, but it's very cold. Oh else. Itadakimasu. Hello. I'm eating the bento right now, and it's pretty good, even if it's cold. This one is like a chicken burger, I think, or chicken meatball with some mushroom sauce. And then this one is, do you see it? This one is fish with some kind of miso marinade. It's also really good. This one is fish cake and shrimp. I think this is some mushroom. There's some vegetables. This rice is also really good. I don't know if it's just because I'm starving, but this bento is pretty good. It's 7 a.m. and this announcement started. They want us to take a test. Oh my goodness. So the fake window is actually a window because I can see some sunlight peeking through it. Open that up. Oh, hello. Good morning. So last night we got to the hotel around midnight, and I finished eating dinner and finished taking a shower at around 1 a.m. So and then I woke up this morning at 6:30, probably because I'm jet lagged, so I had 5 hours of sleep. And then that announcement woke me up and told me to get my test kit. Last night I kept coughing because the air is so dry. I don't know if it's like a little dusty in here, but my allergies are not good. So hopefully my throat feels better, because I don't want to be suspected of COVID because of how dry my throat is right now. So this is the view of my window. It's not too bad. Look at all the trees. I'm not sure where we are. We're still pretty close to Narita Airport. Well, look, there's just forest. All I can see is forest. Huh. Nice view. Okay, so I thought they were gonna leave a testing kit outside our door, but I checked and nothing's there. So maybe this is what they meant. So I did this yesterday, day of the arrival, and then now it's the first day after arrival. Report your health condition via health survey chat service. So this one is the site that we're supposed to go to report our condition. This is the English one. They only have Japanese and English. 7:30. They said they won't have food till 8 a.m. So I'm just gonna snack on these. Thank goodness I bought some. And I made myself some yuzu ginger tea. I forgot to bring tea bags though. Just trying to be comfy. There's another announcement. It's now 8 a.m. They're telling us to make sure that we did the health check. And maybe they'll be sending us breakfast soon. I hope. I'm really hungry. I hear people talking outside. So I use this what's it called? This thing. I use this thing to check if they left anything on my neighbor's chair. That means I have one too. Like maybe it's food, maybe it's a test. Apparently someone is supposed to come check on us individually, so I'm just waiting for my turn. Is that breakfast? I'm so hungry. Please give me breakfast. Okay, so I got my breakfast from outside my door. It's 8:30 now. Let's see what we have. Water. Some orange juice. Apple yogurt. Oh no, is it yogurt? It's apple jelly. Apple jelly? Some fish and eggs and corn and pancakes and a little pastry. What's that? Maple syrup and margarine. Okay, let's do it. Let's try it. Hello, you are my companion for the next 3 days so that I don't go insane. We're gonna eat breakfast now. Let's try all the goodies that they sent us. Pancake, a pastry. And it has eggs inside. Like a boiled egg pastry. This looks like a yam cake. If you like sweet potatoes, you'll like this one. It's okay. And then one of the things I really like about Japanese packaging, so this is maple syrup and butter, and you fold it this way, and both of them are supposed to come out at the same time. Like this. So this is the pancake. I'm gonna squeeze it on top of the pancake. Wait. Like that. Ta-da! And I squeeze it all out and just throw this away. Neat. Neat like pancake. I don't know if my taste is off, but everything tastes kind of bland. Or maybe I just got used to highly saturated foods in Canada. Like super sweet and super salty stuff in Canada. That this one tastes really mild. Corn. Tastes like corn. Okay. Potato. Don't they salt anything? Nothing salted. This one is saba, the fish. This one's a little salted. Also fried. And all the bentos are gonna be cold. And it's just something I have to get used to. What's this? Oh, it's a tiny mozzarella ball. Tiny mozzarella ball on a tiny tomato. There's also sausages. It's okay. And a little tamagoyaki. Okay, tamagoyaki a little too sweet. Was strange breakfast, but okay. I'm hungry. I'll eat anything. So my friend was asking me, what other documents are they asking from you, and what other things are they making you do during the quarantine? So she's really curious. So I jokingly said, oh, you know, just this test and that test, and they said they want us to play this game called Squid Game before we go. And then I was joking, but then I opened my door, and then this is what I hear every time I open my door. Like the melody is different all the time, but it's basically like childish kiddie music. So I'm like, are we gonna play some games? Yeah, I'm just joking, but the stay here has been pleasant so far. It's only the first day, it's only the morning. I'm thinking of what I should be doing. Maybe I should work out, like, you know, those prison movies, just work out on the floor. But then the floor is carpeted, so gross. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was thinking I should do something creative. I should write or draw. Maybe I'll do that. So I have no plans. I'm just here. It stopped already, but there was an earthquake. I was taking a nap and it started shaking. It wasn't too strong and it didn't last that long. But I still would get really shaken up by earthquakes, you know. Well, back to sleep. It's lunchtime, and this is what we have for us for lunch. What's this? Oh, okay, it's soup. Guess we can make our own hot water. Gave us another bottle of water, and this is oh my, tonkatsu rice. Oh, this looks so good. I hope it's good. And this is the instant onion soup. And I had a bite of this one, the salmon. It tastes like it has spaghetti sauce on top, which is kind of weird. And then, but it tastes good. Rice is always good. I tried the potato, and now I'm gonna try the tonkatsu. It's so hard. Okay. Here we go. The meat is so thin. The sauce tastes like chocolate, but it's good. Not bad. This bento is pretty good. Hello, it's dinner time. It's 6:30 p.m. and this is what they have for us tonight. White rice, another bottled water, soup, kind of soup. Let's see. Seaweed soup, okay, and it looks like sweet and sour pork or chicken. Another slab of fish, white fish, I think that's cod, and side dishes, and some noodles. Okay, this one I'm not too excited about, but I'll try it. I've just been watching you on my iPad over there, and just trying to pass the time on social media and watching stuff on Netflix. I got a call from my SOS app, and you're just supposed to put your face within the window for like 30 seconds, and it's supposed to count for your location check-in to make sure that you're still where you're supposed to be. And then every time I get an alert on my phone from the SOS thing, I try to click check-in, and then an error pops up and says I'm outside of my quarantine zone, and I got freaked out, like, oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble. Why is it saying that I'm not in the quarantine zone? I'm like in my room this whole time. So I called and checked like what's going on, and apparently it's a known error that some places can't I don't know if it's the service or the system or whatever, but the error is very common. So the guy on the phone just said, oh, don't mind the error, as long as you answer the calls and we have you on the list of people who are staying at the hotel, you're okay. And what he said was that the 3 days quarantine in the hotel and the rest of the 14 days at my home, so just 11 days at my home. If that's the case, that's good, because I really need to go to the hospital. Will this make me look pretty? Seven a.m. I'm watching the news and they're talking about the quarantine system in Japan. Breakfast! Good morning! This is what they gave us for today's breakfast. We have a croissant, some coffee, some grape jelly, like the apple jelly yesterday, and this looks like eggs and tuna and some potatoes. There's ham inside the croissant and a lot of cheese inside the egg. The tuna is really good. Correction, it's not ham, it's strawberry jelly. Just had another food delivery. It's now day 2 and this is lunch. We have, oh, it's stuck to the top. We have some noodles, some beans, and I think chicken. It looks the same as the one we had for dinner last night. And what is this? Potato. And we have this little cup of sauce. that's it. I'm not really doing anything interesting because I'm not filming anything. I'm just watching TV and waiting for the next meal. Dinner's arrived. This is the only thing I look forward to every day. I've been so bored. I've just been watching TikTok videos for 6 hours. This looks like grilled chicken, some ebi fry, and maybe kaki fry, I'm not sure, and some rice. There's also soup. Yep, that's dinner for day 2.
入所時にお配りしました説明書をお読みの上、7時30分までにお準備をお願いいたします。係員がお部屋に伺いますので、それまでは必ずお部屋でお待ちいただくようお願いいたします。
I'm finally getting released today. They sent me this morning. I need to take the test and give it to them in 30 minutes. It's just a saliva test. You see this, this tube. You just spit inside it and seal it and then give it to them. Hello, it's 8 a.m. and I'm ready to leave. Packed all my bags and I cleaned up the room sort of, and I won't be able to leave till 3 p.m. but I'm ready. I just want to see my husband, I want to see my dog, and take a real shower.
Here, the early data is now being widely interpreted as encouraging. Take the number of people needing oxygen or intensive care.
Breakfast is here. Look what they have for us. Some cereal. I think those are hash browns and eggs. And small milk. I don't really drink milk, but okay. It looks cute. And some pastries. I don't know if they're gonna give us lunch, but I'm just excited to go. Sadly, these were not potatoes. They're fried fish. And they give this to us every day. It doesn't taste bad, but it's just, they give this to us every day. And it's already soggy and cold by the time we get it. Yeah, I would have liked potatoes, but everything's free. All the food is free, so I'm not gonna complain too much. This is probably my last meal before I head home today. I just want to show you what they gave me. They gave me some shumai and what looks like a spring roll, probably chicken, and some sides. Oh no, it has clams. So I'm allergic to clams, and they told me like they can't really select food for you, so this is a QR code with whatever's in your food, and if you can't eat it, just take it out. But they can't separate things for you. So my quarantine is almost over. I have 3 hours left before they take me back to the airport, and I'm super grateful that everything is free. I don't have to pay for the hotel, I don't have to pay for food, and they just deliver it at my place. But I would appreciate it if they didn't give me fried food every day, because I'm already in bad health, and every meal has something fried in it, or the main, like for this one, the main meat is a fried chicken, and the last few days it was like fried pork or fried fish or something like that. Thank you that it's free, but yeah, it's been fried food and white rice and sugary things like cereal and jellies for the past 3 days. And I just gotta mention real quick that this is the water that they have given me for the past 3 days. They gave this to me on the first day, the big one, and then with every meal they gave me like a smaller bottle of water, and I feel like that's not enough. I've been so thirsty and dehydrated. Like maybe they can give us one of these every day instead, because these 3 bottles are just wasting plastic, and it's really not enough even for just one person like me. But thank you, everything's free and I am almost free just in a couple of hours. I just got the phone call and they told me to get my stuff ready. It's been ready since this morning. And then I asked for a card and a mask because I forgot to bring a buttload of masks. And then they're gonna take me back to the airport. I'm so excited. But Josh is not answering. So I'm kind of worried. Where is he now? Did he get the car? Is he on his way here? Is he okay? He's only driven on the other side of the road once. So, and I was there with him and I was telling him, oh, we were getting close to the left side, but I hope he's okay. Okay, so I think they're almost ready to get me from the room. I just want to say, Japan, thank you so much for being such a gracious host. The quarantine was very pleasant, and I thank you so much that everything is free and the service was amazing. Like, we were ushered from the airport to here. It took quite a bit of time. It took like 6 hours to get here, but what I'm saying is everything is free and organized. Like, everyone was nice, and every time I needed something, like I didn't have enough masks, and I just called them and they said, oh, we'll bring you up a mask then. And then they gave me 3 masks. And the other night, someone knocked on my door and I opened it and it was like a lady holding a bag of sanitary napkins, and I was like, oh, I didn't ask for this. And she was like, oh, and then she checked my room number and it was wrong, but anyway, someone asked for napkins somewhere in this hotel, and they were nice enough to give her some. I hope she got it because they got the room number wrong. But anyway, you can basically ask for anything and they'll give it to you for free, which is so nice. If I was anywhere else, I feel like they're gonna make me pay for the hotel, they're gonna make me pay for anything I ask for, and they're gonna make me pay for food. So whoa, I'm so lucky that everything went smoothly. I actually did. you saw the first part of this video. It was really messy. It was mostly because of the borders and the papers and Canada, Japan stuff. But I'm talking about just the quarantine, okay? Thank you that it has been a pleasant stay, and I hope I didn't make too much of a mess because it's free. So I feel bad if I like, you know, give them more work to do. Anyway, they're gonna send me back. Shuttle is also free. They're gonna send me back to the airport.
As a little bit of compensation for the working environment.
Keeping fewer rooms open, delaying deadlines. It's our